On mute, please. On.
Thank
you.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I just invite you to find that comfortable position in the chair, just relaxing and allowing the chair to support the weight of your body. If you have anything in your hands or in your lap, it's good to just set that aside. And I invite you just to take a deep breath into your belly, letting the belly expand as you breathe in, and then pause, and then exhale gently and fully, releasing, relaxing. And then breathe in again, into the belly, into the chest. And again, release with a gentle sigh. And then one more deep breath. And again, a gentle sigh of release. And then notice if your shoulders are tense. If they are, just let them relax. Relax your face, your head and neck. Just allow a feeling of peace to flow over you, in you, and through you. And then I invite you to silently affirm, it's okay to relax even more. For this is a time of centering within, aligning with our higher self, our spiritual nature. Letting go of the things of the outer, we are centered within. And I invite you to imagine a beautiful, radiant silver light that is like a beam of light through the top of your head, along your spine, and down into the earth. And imagine that this column of silver light reaches up as far as you can imagine and below you. And centered within and balanced with this silver cord, this silver light running through our spine up and down, balancing us on all levels of being, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. And we remember our true nature. And so I invite you to silently affirm for yourself, I am divine love. I love myself and others. I love and accept all of life. And my knowing of my oneness with the divine, I am able to love completely. I am the light of divine wisdom, the understanding, spiritual understanding that supersedes any intellectual or personality understanding. For I am one with the one mind, all-knowing, with access to infinite knowledge. I am the vitality, the strength, and the wholeness of divine life. I am an infinite being, creative, expressive, I am the strength of God. I am divine strength, which is strength of spirit, mind, and body. There is divine order established for me. I am an expression of the universal divine order that is always working to bless me, love me, and support me. Knowing these truths, I am centered in perfect peace. And take another deep breath. And just take a few moments in the silence to affirm peace or any of the attributes that we have mentioned. And so we claim for ourselves and all people everywhere. I am love, peace, joy. And it is my purpose and my expression. And so it is. Amen. I invite you to bring your attention back to the room that you're in and back to our class, and open your eyes when you are ready.
Who's muted? Oh, the thing is talking to me. I'm not used to muting myself, but for the meditation, I didn't want any outside sounds. Hi, Martha. Martha? Martita?
Hello.
Hey, I'm so glad you made it.
Thank you. I have commitments on Tuesday right now, but today I didn't have it, so I was able to come in.
Good.
But I hope I'll be able to do it in a few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I had to leave a little bit early though for an appointment.
That's fine too. Do not worry about things like that. You can come in late or leave early. Either one is fine.
Thank you. Can you see me?
No.
No? Okay. This is new to me. I just see you guys, but okay.
Okay. It's like Annabelle's. It's como el Zoom, but you have to click at the bottom. Are you on a laptop?
I'm on my phone. I think I found it.
Okay.
You see me now? Oh no.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, give it a minute. It might take a little bit.
Okay. There you are. Yay. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about happiness. But before we go there, I usually ask you to introduce yourself, and I usually ask a question. This time it's going to be 3 answers to your question. So I'm going to ask you, what makes you blissful? How, when you have gotten into a blissful place, what got you there? Think about that, because there are times in our lives when we are exuberant and we are so alive and so full of gratefulness, joy, contentment. And I would like to know from every one of you, what are 3 things? I'm not talking just about plain happiness. I went to see this good movie. I'm talking about more mystical things, if you have had them. I believe that we all have, but you know, I can stand corrected. I'm gonna start with Virginia.
The first profound bliss was in meditation 6 months after I started meditating. Another time was more than once toning the hue.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been times in nature when I go to pure bliss.
Right, but you're not planning on it, and you're not even concentrating. You just get there, right?
It happens. You don't invite, I mean, you can make yourself available to it, I guess, but it's not a conscious decision that you make. For me, I've never been able to say, okay, I'm going to go to bliss now. It always surprises me, and I'm always thrilled.
Okay, thank you. Kim Marie. Kimmy?
Hi.
No problem.
So in meditation, I've experienced bliss, and while dancing and working out, I do like step aerobics and to Christian music, and
Okay.
it's very blissful, and also being in nature. I've experienced bliss many times.
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sam?
Hi.
Hi.
I could say one time floating on a raft in the Gulf of Mexico, and it was a real quiet day, and the water was still. So in nature, laughing with my son, just having a really good time and laughing with my son. I got a blissful feeling.
Okay.
And in a group meditation, the vibration was really high and got up to that state.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Jerry?
I remember just being in my car, stopping for a light, and suddenly I experienced this tremendous bliss, but I had nothing to do with it. It just came. It just happened.
Right.
It didn't last very long, though, because you had to eventually go on green. Another time, and I've told this story before. I was when I get into bed at night, I was thinking the term "the Father and I are one." Father and I are one. And 2 nights in a row. Oh, and I was concentrated on something in my mind that seemed to have something to do with triangles and mathematical symbols.
Mm-hmm.
And I suddenly felt my spiritual essence come above my body.
Right.
And once again, it didn't last very. In fact, that frightened me a little bit, I must admit. And I snapped back in. I really snapped in. I could feel my body jerk when it happened. And these things just happen. To name a third, there have been other moments similar to the car experience, where you just suddenly feel so wonderful. So everything seems so wonderful and free. And I think that's it for me.
Mhm. Okay, thank you. Donna.
I've had several occurrences of blissfulness that, like Jerry, I didn't expect them. I didn't actually ask for them. They just happened. But they were wonderful, wonderful experiences, and I tried to recreate them, and it did not happen the way when I wanted it to.
Right.
But it was when it was at nighttime. I was in bed and I was meditating, and I felt myself being pulled up to the stars, like up through the sky. And the stars were all, and I was moving fast, almost like warp speed. I want to call it. It was felt like warp speed.
Okay.
And I was in awe. I was just like looking around going, this is amazing. This is the universe. This is absolute amazing. And it didn't last but a few minutes. And then I came back down to earth, and I was like, oh, wow, I want to do that again. I'm going to close my eyes and do it again. And I could not do it. It did happen again one other time. I was doing yoga. And at the end of the yoga, it was like a meditation, I guess you want to call it. And it happened again. And I was like, yes, it's happening again. It's happening again. It was so exciting. And again, I came back down again to earth. I don't go anywhere. I just go up into the universe. I think it's like a sign that how
That you're not
we
your
are all
body.
connected in the universe.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, that was very, very exciting. I also had another a situation happen where I felt like I reached Kundalini,
Okay.
and I felt electricity zooming up and down in my body, and I felt myself raising up off my bed. This was at nighttime again, and I felt myself raising up off the bed,
Right.
and I was so shocked at what I accomplished that it scared me. Like, I was so powerful, this scared me, and I didn't realize what I had, like the power that I had for myself. So that scared me.
And
I
you
have
came
not.
right back.
Sorry?
I said, and you came back.
I came back down.
Scare you immediately. Yes, that's part of the. When you get scared, you immediately.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, it left a lasting impression on me that I never forgot about. So.
Okay. Penny.
The two most notable, and then the first two most notable. The first one was I was in England in my late 20s. I was standing at the top of Warwick Castle, and I had this unbelievable sensation of peace that I'd never felt before in my life. And I think it may have been kind of a reincarnation experience, because I felt like I had been there before. I mean, I felt like I really had been there before. And I said, wow. And I wasn't there. I felt like I wasn't there as someone tending to the sheep. I might have been there as someone who would actually live there in the castle. But it was, oh God, I had that feeling of peace, and I didn't want to let it go. I just stood up there for a long, long, long time. And I was with a friend, so we had to go, but eventually. But it was amazing feeling of peace. And sometimes I even try to recapture that feeling by going there in my mind and seeing, playing music where I can see that that scene again. But it was so gorgeous because it was way up high and the sheep were in the field and it was all green and it was just gorgeous. The second one was, again, traveling. I was we'd gone to Hana on the island of, not Hawaii. Oh, I just had it in my mind. Maui. We were in Maui, and we had gone all the way to Hana. The road to Hana was quite a road. Very interesting experience. We got down to Hana, and we were basically at the end of the world as far as I was concerned. We stepped into this park. Nobody else was there. I mean, it was in this park. And we had quite a, I mean, the drive to Hana was just incredible. I don't know what it is now, but this was in my mid-30s. And I got out there and I stood on this rock and I said, oh, I am at the end of the world. And I felt this, again, incredible feeling of peace. And I kind of almost said, wow, I had this feeling in England. Now I'm getting it in Hawaii or in Maui. Same kind of thing, this incredible feeling of peace like I've never had before. And I think both of them obviously were to do with nature. And so my third would be to say nature in general. I can bring myself into that feeling of peace. And as a matter of fact, on Sunday, when I went to Philippi Park, I was sitting there all by myself, looking out at the water. And the water was, I have a video of it. I didn't put it on Facebook, but I have a video of it where the water was sparkling. And it was sparkling in such a way that I started seeing these twinkle lights in the water, like with the Christmas light twinkle lights. And I was seeing these twinkle lights and I'm going, oh my. And then a dolphin, swims by and it's like, okay, this is great. I want to see this movie again. So I did take a video of it and I thought it's nice because I could go back and can look at it. But that was just a recent experience where I didn't feel quite the same kind of peace that I did in England or in Maui. But it was an incredible experience, and I felt I was in touch with my spiritual life.
Thank you, Penny. Arma?
Okay, I would have to say it's nature, and there was a particular moment when I had taken a class of how to see aura, and so the next day when I was looking at one of the flowers in my front yard, it had a little bug crawling up. And it was so magnificent. And I was in such an awe about this nature and about everything. I was in a state of really it was really blissful, very blissful. And another occasion I would say is especially when I took listen to classical music, Mozart. And that in particular, when it sung with the choir of children's choir, when they sing Mozart in like a chorus, it's so wonderful. I get ecstatic about it. And if there, the violin sounds and all of that. So, and then another maybe is just when I am holding, or watching, not holding, or also watching and then just looking, but very like really detached at children. It's it's just such a loving, blissful feeling to just watch them, and it's so wonderful. So maybe those.
Okay, thank you. Martha. Martha?
Can you hear us, Martha?
Martha, can you hear us? We cannot hear you. Do you have your volume up? Your volume. Volume. El volumen del... No te oímos.
Is her image freezing?
Yeah. Are you on a laptop? She's freezing all over.
You want to go to Liliana till she gets,
In a minute, I just wanted to see if she had any questions or if we could even hear a question. Can somebody, if you can hear us, Martha, at the top of your page, there should be a little talking, what do you call that?
Hello?
Chat? The
Microphone.
chat.
Can you hear me now?
I can, yeah, let's see. Can you talk?
Yes.
Okay, I
You
can
can
hear
hear.
you. Yes.
So I was saying that immediately when you asked the question, I wasn't sure. Well, something came to mind right away. Hello?
And, I mean, we're
Oh,
hearing you.
you all went away, so I didn't know. Yeah,
No,
something came to mind. I didn't know if it was bliss or contentment. It felt more like contentment. But I think like everybody, I have had these like brief moments of like of where everything just seems just perfect. And this particular one was I was driving. I was also driving. I was driving my daughter to an appointment, and even though it was kind of a realization that even though I didn't have my job anymore and I didn't have kind of the things that are considered to be give you security, I was taking care of her. I was being able to be present for her, and it was just like just an incredible sense of contentment to be there, to be able to do that with her. So that was one situation, and that's the most memorable one, really, when you ask that question. But the other one, maybe a recent one. A recent
okay,
one
not
is
sure what happened, but your voice is
just
not coming through.
we
Something more like an echo.
recently lived in
Mm,
a
I don't know what you moved, but
house
there was a
in a
change.
very secluded area.
Does anybody
Nothing
understand her?
around,
Okay, Martha.
and
We cannot hear you for
getting
whatever
out
reason.
of the
Uh, can you talk
car
now?
and driving.
No, we cannot understand one word because every letter seems like they're echoing.
What?
So your letters,
Can you hear me?
now I can.
Sorry. I guess the connection is not good for me. You're gonna have to figure.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
lean
gonna.
my phone up to my face. Okay.
Okay, now we cannot hear you.
Yeah.
I, no, because I don't know what you're moving.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna figure out.
Because we cannot hear you. We heard the first two
You
things that
can
you
hear me now?
mentioned. Now I can.
Okay, I got out of the video. I think I just went to. Okay.
You went where? Okay, does anybody know what happened to her? There
She's
she
going to look for
is.
stronger internet. She
Okay.
posted it on chat.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go to Liliana. Liliana.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, for me, there has been a couple times that they stand out in a remarkable way, and I, like others, have tried to reproduce them, and it doesn't happen. So it's interesting to observe the mind. One was meditating in the presence of a spiritual master.
Okay.
And I came back when the room was empty, and it was a full auditorium that was full. So I didn't even hear when people left. I wasn't so blissed out that I didn't hear anything.
Okay.
And the other experience was I also was doing a specific meditation technique, and I was traveling. And it happened to be that I had an out-of-body experience, which never happens to me. And I was in a very blissful state, and I didn't want to come back. I just said, how can you be in this state forever? So that happened. And then obviously I thought it was the location, because the technique, I don't know why, it happened. And then another moment that is really very remarkable was when my granddaughter was born. A couple hours after she was born, I held her, and we had such a profound connection just looking at her eyes that it was, I didn't know. I didn't know that kind of contact could be possible. Those were my outstanding experiences. Thank you.
Okay. Alisa. Lisa.
Yeah, yes. Yes.
Okay. Can you participate?
I can participate. I signed in late. I'm sorry if the time zone changed.
It's okay. Did you hear the question?
No.
The question is, give me 3 examples of when you were blissful, not happy or static, but blissful. And you don't have to go into that much detail. I just
3
wanted to know 3 instances.
Three examples of what? I'm sorry.
3 examples when you were blissful, not happy or content or
When I was blissful.
just in bliss. I'm asking for examples of that.
Okay. Would you like me to share that?
Yes, I'm waiting.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's a really bad connection because we're in the mountain roads. For me, it happens oftentimes when I'm in a meditative state or during prayers.
Okay.
It also happens when I'm with nature, just, by myself, usually with nature, or it also happens, I had it happen like Liliana was just sharing the example about the granddaughter. Well, when my son was born, I was just in total bliss for a very long time after he was born.
Okay.
And also when I had a near-death experience, that was total bliss. When you go to the other side, you don't want to come back.
Okay. Wow. Thank you.
Yes.
Martha, do you still have one more thing to share? but I don't know if we can hear you, so you want to try? We cannot hear you if you're talking. We cannot hear you. No. Okay. Can you hear us? You hear us? Can you hear us? No. Okay. All right. You can hear me? Okay.
She has a
So,
chat message that she's going to listen.
okay, that would be good. So let's go ahead and move on to the subject today is happiness. One of the things I wanted to bring out to this group right now, because we work a lot with the fifth dimension, we are setting ourselves up to have more of these experiences simply because we're vibrating higher. What happens when we get blissful? We start coming out of our body into an aura. Our toroidal field, as it expands, and this is what we're practicing lately, as the toroidal field expands, the more that you cover in territory, if you want to call it that. You're already there because there's no space where we actually reside. So because of that, as we expand the toroidal field, when we do the heart exercise, you are going to start having more and more blissful experiences. I'm asking you to concentrate and recall as much as you can your previous experiences. Like when you're meditating, or I'm not asking you to recreate them. I'm asking you to just look at the experience you had and meditate on that. With your heart, with your hands in your heart, as you start to expand that field by by expanding your aura through the entire world. And as you do that, you're able to easily be able to not only leave the so-called body, because you're not, most of you is not in the body. Most of us is in the, a very small percentage of 0.00001%, and even more. It's the body's only a tiny little fraction of spirit, but we're already inhabiting all the extra space. So when we leave the body, we usually start, if you're conscious when you're doing this and you're not asleep, you start rotating inside your body. Like when I say when I tell you to make a vortex, when we're doing the chakras, and that vortex, it feels like a vortex, like that type of a vortex, until you start coming out, usually towards the head, but not necessarily the top of the head. But a lot of times you can come out of any chakra, okay? And by what I say coming out of any chakra, you can actually turn around and see your body. Or you can, if you don't get scared, you can continue going whatever you were going to leave. It was interesting that Virginia chose the silver cord today on meditation, because that's what I was going to talk about. Nothing is by accident. So the silver cord is our connection to the body, but it's not really a connection because we're already there also. But it is a way for you to understand that you are not inhabiting the body's inhabiting you. In other words, the body is giving you an opportunity to express through it, but you're not that teeny tiny little piece of flesh and bones. You're not that. you use that as a vehicle to express. It's called the temple of the living God. Okay? So it is a temple, it is a house that we occupy to express, spirit expressing. As we do this, sometimes later on we're going to be doing some astral traveling and all that, but we're not there yet. I mean, consciously. We do it all the time when we're asleep, but we'll go into some teachings on how to do it normally. I just wanted to let you know that the euphoria had to do a lot with losing sense of the body. Okay.
Angie, I have a question.
Okay.
Just a quick one. You mentioned something about our bodies are the temple something. I missed what the rest of that word was or phrase.
Our bodies are the temple of the living God.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So it seems that we will know how to be happy. Okay. Problem is, we attempt to be happy and we continuously come back down because we're so used to, and it's a habit to be in a lower vibration. Pay attention, it's a habit to be in that lower vibration. Your ego will automatically start dropping you out of a higher frequency. Okay? So the principle of what makes you happy. And it's gonna sound very easy, okay? In order for you to be happy, you have to attract positive energy. Attract the positive energy to you by eliminating negative feelings and negative vibes. Then you add feelings of aliveness, joyfulness, abundance, happiness, and freedom. Or to feel free, to express, to be. Now that is what you need to do to be happy, okay? However, there are 5 tips to bring joy into your life, and I'm gonna name all 5 first, and then I'll go into them. If you constantly do these tips, you will live an abundant and fulfilling life. The key word here is consistent. If you are consistent doing these things. So, number 1, spend time with people that are good for you, for your mental health. Number 2, second tip, choose to see the good, the lesson, or the blessing in everything. I am going to repeat that. Choose to see the good, the lesson, or the blessing in everything. Okay. Number 3, live your live your way. Follow your intuition and do not feel guilty for doing things your way. In this particular class, we have been talking about guilt. Okay, pay attention to what I said. Live your way. Live your life your own way. Follow your intuition. And do not feel guilty for doing things your way. Okay, next one is the fourth. Take care of yourself, your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. We're talking about health. Take care of yourself, your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. We got that? Okay. Number 5, know your truth and trust and let God. Again, know your truth, trust and let God. So those are the 5 tips to help you retain the from anybody. No questions?
You were breaking
Okay.
up a little bit there, Angie, for me. Did anybody else lose some? I don't know. We're having some weird stuff going on here. Let's see.
Okay, you disappear from my screen.
Everybody disappeared from me.
Okay, you have to go by the Chrome thing, the symbol, and there's a little line on the side. Click on that. On the Chrome to the side.
You mean on this same page? On this same screen?
On the screen, on your computer screen where you have the symbol of the Chrome.
Yes.
There's a little to the side of it, to the right of it. There you are.
You see me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
It's
Five principles. Sam, tell me the first principle, please.
Okay. Spend
Okay.
time with people who are good for my mental health. And I just got to sign up your webcam close by organizer. And
I didn't.
a lot of you.
I did not do that. It told me that I didn't have good reception, but I checked my reception. I have excellent reception.
Right. Don't ignore those things because they're just getting in the way. They
Right.
did the same to me. I disappeared and I had to bring everybody back.
It just automatically shut me off.
Me too.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
Okay, so it was hang out with the people that are good for your mental health. I mean, in other words, I'm paraphrasing. So basically, be picky about the people you get to spend time with. The people you choose should be reducing your stress, making you feel happier, reducing your worrying, people that are good for your mental health. Okay. Um, remember the lesson about the 6 people I taught you 2 years ago. And the lesson was, as a reminder for the new people, you have 6 people, the 6 people you hang out with the most. Make sure that try for them to be the people that are mentally healthy, that are good for your soul. Good for your soul means that they make you feel good. They elevate your spirit. They are not contradicting what you're saying. They're not uplifting you. The people that are not uplifting you are not good for you. The people that are uplifting you, the people that make you laugh, the people that show you a way to feel better, those are the people that, and the people that are, let's say that we are in a spiritual path and we would like to have people of like-mindedness. Okay. But if the 6 people that are around us the most are complainers and people that are worry warts or people that are always putting themselves down, or people that are don't have anything else but to criticize others, you might have a high vibration. Most of us do, but when you're around these people, and it's not like they're doing it to you, what happens in the environment that we're at, we are at one with them and we start absorbing the energies because we're trying to help them, we're trying to elevate them like we would as a good person that we are, as a good vibration that we are trying to uplift them. But some people are addicted to that vibration and they're unwilling to come up. When that happens, that vibration will affect you and will bring you down. There are people that you should not be around as much as you are being around. And the reason that we are around those people usually is because we feel guilty if we weren't. And that may be something to do with family or people we take care of or people that are really stealing your energy. When you are experiencing that somebody's draining your energy, it's because the vibration in the room, the people that are with you, if you continuously start getting sicker or start getting tired or you're continuously tired, who are the people around you? Who are the people around you that are robbing you of your happiness? Remember the 6 people that you are the most constantly around, you will be getting that vibration. We don't do it because we try to be one with them, and we are one with them, but we are trying to bring them up in consciousness. And when we do that, down we go. And we not only go down, but we feel tired and we feel exhausted, and because those people drags us down. And I don't mean to say that you should abandon them or anything, but limit your time with them. These are not the people you want to be around. You want to be around people that are in a higher vibration. If you want to remain in the happiness vibration, that is what you do. Donna, what is the tip number 2?
Donna's muted.
Donna, did you hear me?
No, I didn't hear my name. You said the third one?
No, the second one.
Okay, the second one. Choose to see the good, the lesson, or the blessing in everything.
Okay. Liliana, what does that mean to you?
Well, if I can see anything that comes my way as a blessing and a lesson, the possibility of being in a better state is much higher than going into the old habits of complaining, victim, and storytelling.
Right. And remember the first word in there was goodness. Okay. So I just want to remind you that you want to see the goodness first.
Thank you. That's a good reminder. Hard at times for me.
Goodness, blessing, or lesson. Okay.
Hard at times in my current circumstances, but yes, thank you for the good.
No, no excuses.
Excuses. Okay, good catch.
Remember excuses. There are no excuses.
No excuses. Good. Thank you. Love it.
Oh. Okay. See the good, see the good in everything, not because everything is always good. It isn't, but because that is what you choose to focus on. By focusing on it, you will attract more good. Think appreciation, thankfulness, gratefulness. It doesn't mean that you walk around with your head in the sand or that you turn a blind eye to the wrongdoings. But you don't look for the negative. Again, it's that word again, choose. That's a privilege that we have the ability to choose again. Choose the positive because what you're going to focus on is what is going to show up in your life. And you know that. There is no avoiding that.
May I comment something?
Can I stop you? No.
Of course you can. You're in your right.
I'm laughing. Go ahead.
You know, when you brought it to my attention, what stood out for me is
Yes.
a program I have.
Okay. And
that program is not wanting to stay present, as if there was a big resistance of being 100% grounded and present, because there's like a fear of feeling it fully and being 100% present. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's, and that usually then does is mind activity, explanation, excuses, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So my question is, now that I'm aware of that program, how would you address that program of not wanting to be present?
how do you address any problems? We talked about this, and I actually talked to you directly last week. Because we're talking about another problem that you had, and I said, do not focus on what? Do not focus on the problem. Do not focus on what you're thinking that you can fix because it's not a doing thing. Do you remember that?
Not quite.
Okay, so I'm reminding you that you at this stage, you do not fix things. The ego is trying to fix things that it has no knowledge on how to fix it because it's trying to fix itself, okay? The problem itself is not going to fix itself. So first of all, there is no problem. You're capable of dealing with anything. So the habit of calling something a problem or an issue, it's in your head. Not that you don't have responsibilities, that's a different thing. That's not a problem. You are responsible for how you act. You are responsible how you respond. And those are responsibilities. Those are not problems. If somebody else is acting up or reacting, that has nothing to do with you. Get out of the way. We talked about this last week, Liliana. I suggest you go back and listen to the tape
Okay.
from last week. The only thing I can tell you is on the fifth dimension, we don't do. We are who we are, and we express that.
Mhm.
Got it?
Yeah, that is now very crystal clear. The part of the emotional part is that then now that you said it and I felt the discomfort in the gut, now that's where I say this does not belong to me. It's not mine. Because
Yeah,
that's
this thing does not belong to me. And you throw it to your right. It's not mine, it's not my truth. And you do it for the head, the 3 chakras over here from, I usually take the 7th and the 6th, and then I take the 5th and the 4th, the heart chakra and the throat chakra. And then I take the last 3, the solar plexus, the lunar plexus, and the root chakra.
yeah.
Because that one holds the charge. So
Yeah.
you want, with the emotional stuff, you need to get the emotional charge out of the way. I told you that last week as well.
Yeah, no, I just wasn't doing it all the way down. And what I was feeling is the lack of grounding, because it's the tendency of get out of the way and not stay present. And that's the lack of grounding. So yes, I got it now. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Were we on 2 or 3? I forgot. 2, 3, 2. Okay.
You're going on to 3. You're going on to 3.
Okay, thank you. Jerry,
Okay.
can you please tell me what the third tip was?
Yes, it was live your way. Follow your bliss. Follow your intuition.
Okay.
Pretty explicit.
Okay, what I'm going to talk about in this particular thing has a lot to do with guilt. So pay attention, because this whole class on this semester has to do with guilt. Do it your way. This is your life. Do not let anyone else make you feel guilty because you are not living it. You're not living what they want you to be living. You're not meeting their expectations. That's not your problem, but you should not feel guilty for being who you are. Don't allow yourself to accept these feelings of guilt, because people will try to manipulation. They will, give you what my friend Sherry says, the furry eyeball, or, look at you with the, oh my God, roll your eyes and the furry eyeball and making sounds like disgusted, you're disgusted or this or that. Do not fall into any of that. When somebody starts doing that, the moment they start, just go, not my truth. Not my truth. So don't allow it to get into your system. Don't allow it to become a cellular memory. The moment it starts, not my truth. You don't have to say that out loud, but the moment you go like this, to not allow it to get into your head and your communications and all of that, throw it out. Throw it out. Not my truth. You don't have to say it, just the symbology of what's happening. And if you are really with somebody who's going to be looking at you like, what the hell are you doing? Then do it mentally. Because it is, your brain doesn't know the difference between your imagination, your visualization, and what is actually happening. So if you cannot do it like this in front of someone, do it mentally. Not my truth. Do not allow it to fester. Do not allow it to fester. This is one of the first keys to getting rid of guilt. The problem is that a lot of times the person might not be trying to make you feel guilty, but you give yourself the guilt because you are making an assumption that they want you to behave in a different way. And then you start guilting yourself. And then you become the victim of your own guilt trip that you gave yourself. So pay attention, especially if you have people that are sick, uh, a husband or a significant other, or or a friend or a relative, a mother somewhere. Um, Pay attention to what it is you want to do versus what you're expected to do, what the actual routine is. Is that the routine you want? Is that the person you want to be 24/7 with? Is that the person that really gives you a quality of life? Because remember, you will be influenced by that person, and that vibration is going to fall down on you. Remember the 6 people, the most important 6 people. We talked about this 2 years ago. So the best version of you comes out when you do what is best for you, what you truly want to do. So you're already expected, okay, 5 o'clock I have to eat, 7 o'clock I'm gonna watch TV, 8 o'clock I am gonna talk on the phone with my brother, 10 o'clock I'm gonna be doing this, 11 o'clock I have to feed the dog again and go take it for a walk. And it's a routine. You will never grow having that routine. If you don't change it, you would not advance. And you will not advance because that is the way you see things. I have to be in bed by a certain time. I'm not in bed by a certain time because I'm trying so hard to get there that I never get there because my focus is on getting into bed by a certain time, and I am causing the problem because I'm seeing a problem if I don't get there by a certain time. It's my focus. What you focus on expands. So should I be focusing on what time I go to bed? Should I be focusing on what time a certain show comes up? Should I be focusing on if I see my husband or significant other, what are they going to say? Are they going to be in a good mood? Are they going to be in a talking mood? Are they going to be, um, you know, nasty? Can I handle that? What are you focusing on? Focus only on what you want. Get those people away from you. If they're family, we don't get away from these people because of guilt. Again, here comes the guilt part. If I don't do this, who's going to do it? If I don't take care of my husband, who's going to take care of him? If I don't pay attention to my partner and the partner comes and throws a fit and comes and gives you hell because of your political affiliations and because of whatever, or you're not into sports and whatever the looking for the fight is. If you find yourself having somebody where you have to continuously justify who you are, if you have to continuously defend yourself, please get away from them. Run. Do not walk. Run. And if you cannot get away from them because they're your partners, then I will say change your mind about who they are. Focus on the goodness. What was that again? Can anybody tell me the 3 things? Yes. Penny? Unmute.
You should choose to see goodness, the goodness, a lesson, or a blessing in everything.
So when a partner comes in, or a best friend, or a family member, or whoever, just and you know, then you're gonna have to change your mind about who they are, and that their explosions or their negativity will not affect you. But you have to be at that state. You cannot remain in that environment for that long. This is not okay. Well, we're gonna be watching TV. No, or well, he's going to be, he's going to be watching football or baseball or whatever, or I am going to be watching cooking, or and he's going to go into his cave, and I don't have to deal with that. The thing is, you are dealing with it. You're dealing and I'm not just talking about marriages. I'm talking about relationships, friendships, mother-daughter, mother-father, significant other, and married also. For people that are single or lost their spouses, we usually carry on with somebody else. Somebody else takes that place because somebody usually comes to take that place. We will attract to us that vibration that we lost with a significant other. And I'm talking about people that have passed on. Pay attention to who's around you. And that's a different topic altogether, but it needed to be addressed because it does affect the person that is going through this. Any questions? Liliana?
Well, you answered partially the question, with my mom. She's a high maintenance person, and I have changed my attitude of being more helpful, but I would like to change the attitude so that I'm still not in that role that she's the needy one and I'm giving her some kind of approval. So besides seeing the good, is there anything else you could chime in? Because I do want to give her some company, and I'm trying to change the dynamics, and anything you could add would be very beneficial so that I could have a more healthier relationship and not the one that thinks that I have to be rescuing her all the time.
The way you're talking, you're seeing her as a victim. That's not her truth. So you have to start with you. This is not her problem. This is your problem.
Okay.
If you can call it a problem. Remember, you are responsible and you have the ability to respond to anything. So instead of saying I need to and she does, and change your mind about the truth about who this person is. And don't give me any excuses that she can't move and she cannot walk and she cannot talk, or she, lost a limb or whatever, lost an eye or whatever the issue is. I don't know your mom, so I don't know what's going on with her, nor do I need to know. All I'm telling you is that change your mind about her needs rather than your need to be needed. For you to become the champion and the rescuer and because that's the role that people like that play. Oh, they're the victims, so they have to go over there and fix something so they become the heroes. Okay? Don't play that. So
Thank you. That's very good. Yeah.
okay, but I want you to know that do not look at your mom like she's a problem. Behold her wholeness. Pray for her wholeness and see it in your mind. And rather than talk about diseases and how you're feeling today and all that, it's more like it's so nice to see, so glad that you're looking good. You're looking, awesome. And I know that I've been praying for you, so I know that you're going to be doing better. Give somebody hope. Do not sit there and go, no, you poor thing in your mind. It's like, oh, it's just getting worse. Just getting worse and worse and worse. And I can see it. I can see it with my eyes, and you're sitting there being a witness. Well, you're being a witness to your projections of her. You understand? Okay. Yes, Sherry.
I apologize for being late. I didn't get number one. Could someone tell me what number one is?
Number one, what?
Well, I don't know. It said
Tips. The
you
tips.
were on,
Okay.
yeah.
Tips for being happy. There's 5 of them. Somebody tell her what number 1 is.
I can do it.
Okay.
Spend time with people that are good for us mentally, for our mental health.
And from there, I went to explain the 6 people that you hang out with. The 6 people around you that you spend the most time with on a daily basis or a weekly basis, that you continuously are rotating with people that are supposed to be helping you with your mental health, not bringing you down. Okay. So where were we? We're jumping into number 4. Raslila. Lisa.
I'm here, dear.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't hear what you said, but I'm here.
Okay, pay attention.
Well,
Tell
I'm
me,
trying to, I'm having
tell
technical
me what
problems, but I'm
number,
okay.
tell me what number 4 was.
About taking care of the physical, spiritual, mental. Is it that?
No.
No. Well, I didn't write it down, but I remember about hanging around high energy, the 6 people we hang around at being high energy, positive energy.
None of that. Okay, thank
None
you.
of that. Okay.
It's okay, Irma. What is number 4?
Well, what Lisa was just saying, take care of yourself
Yes.
on all 4 aspects: the physical, the mental, and the emotional, and the spiritual health.
Right. So in other words, we have taken care of the environmental things, of the things that affect our energy levels, that affect our vibrations personally, that we're not even aware of, that suddenly you're in a good mood, and by the time you start feeling depressed, and you start feeling weird. And why? Because you have hung out with a bunch of people you deem to be victims. Okay. And let's say you're having a divorce, or a breakup in a relationship, and you haven't left, or he hasn't left, or whatever. The energy is disruptive, basically because there is a split. Um, Many times because of economic or social reasons, do not separate, but they live together. Um, because of whatever the excuse, XYZ, because of the kids, because of the dogs, because of the I need to see you, because of the dogs, because of the kids, because my grandchildren need to know that we're still okay, and we need to set a good example, and we need to do this, and or I need the money, and I need you to sustain me, and you have always done so, and I don't know how to do it myself. I'm just giving you examples of why people sometimes remain together that are causing a very dissonant vibration where you do not get to catch up. So what ends up happening is you become very anxious. You become an anxiety ball, just going through life being anxious. That also, aside from significant others, also goes for brothers and sisters and family members, moms, dads, grandchildren, people we work with, friends, and faraway relatives and close relatives. We all have someone out there who, when we're around them, we have to walk on eggshells and we have to be careful how we step because I might lose control. Never mind them losing control, okay? But if they lose control, that's okay. I'm out of there, and then I have the excuse to blow up and go out and feel like they did something wrong. No, they're not responsible for your behavior. They're not responsible for how you act. Be comfortable with yourself. Take care of your body, okay? Eat well. Read positive and transformative books or blogs or things that are good for your soul. Uh, Study yourself, develop yourself. Go take some classes, yoga classes. Um, what do you call that? Tai Chi and Qigong, things that oxygenate your body, things that work with your meridians, because that is your other circulatory system. That is your life system, life circulatory system. Forget the blood system. If the other one shuts off, you're gone immediately. Invest the greatest amount of time in you, and you will be rewarded with the biggest payoff for your health and happiness, but it will all benefit this all these other people that you're taking care of as well. It's important that you take care of you. There's no one else there for you. And you said, I don't have time. I don't have time for this. You know, you do have time. You can make time. I don't care if you're in the toilet or washing hands or washing dishes or whatever it is. You have the time to spend time counseling you or affirming what is your truth or affirming the goodness of your heart or expanding your heart field. Turn the TV off, turn the social media, turn off the whatever it is that is getting in your way, whatever program, whatever show, whatever podcast that is not influencing your life in a positive way. Entertainment is good, people. I'm not putting entertainment down. Please understand this. Just spend more time in self-care than entertainment. I'm not saying do not entertain, do not watch everything, do not. I'm not saying that at all. Um, Virginia, can you give me number 5?
Number 5, know your truth, trust, and let God.
Okay. Now we're going into affirmations, into knowing who you are, knowing your truth. Who are you? I'm the wholeness, the well-beingness, the essence, and the integrity of God in action. I function through the temple of the living God, which is my body. So when I say be still and know, I'm talking about knowing. You know what your truth is. You state what your truth is, right? Decide what you want. Note that you already have it with each fiber of your being. You know it. You know that you know that you know that this is already there. You're not manifesting something. It's already there. This is the fifth dimension where all you have to do is go and grab it. So you know for a fact that it's there because you're not acting out of the body. You're acting out of the spirit of who you are. Your truth. All right, who's tearing up paper? Okay, stop it. Okay, one more time, you already have it with each fiber of your being. You are expressing that. For example, it's not an expectation. Please don't go to expectations. This was in a class last year. We were talking about giving less importance to things that you want. Because the moment that you put it on a pedestal, you cannot reach it. And also remember that expectations are not good. They are delaying, they are negating, they are producing an opposite, or if I can have, or I can have it or not have it. That's an expectation. Let's say that you know that you have $20 in your wallet. Okay? You don't expect to have $20 in your wallet. You know that you have $20 in your wallet. You don't expect this thing. You know that it's there. It's already yours. So you're not expecting, is it going to manifest or is it, it's there already. The morning, there's going to be a sun. You don't expect, oh my God, is there going to be a sun today? Is there going to be a night today? Tonight? You don't expect that, you just know. These things are done. It's a done deal. This is all part of the fifth dimension. When you live in complete non-attachment, and that means that you do not need whatever you're getting. You're just wanting it. You are just choosing to have that. You do not need it to be an expectation, or but you are knowing that it is already there and that it is already yours, because you are the wholeness of everything that it already is. And if you already thought about it, it already exists. Remember, that was part of last year's class also. Okay, I'm going back in time, so to bring back what we already know.
Angie, I have a question.
Who's that?
Me.
Oh, hi. Okay, go ahead.
Can you give me an example of an expectation? I think I'm just not real clear on
expectation. Okay. I heard that there was going to be a hurricane, and I am expecting to be smacked with the tail of it. That's an expectation.
Mm-hmm.
The hurricane might decide to take a complete different turn and go to Texas altogether, and make a whole U-turn and never come near us. Okay, that's an expectation.
Mm-hmm.
Making an assumption,
mm-hmm.
whether it could or couldn't. The main difference is it can be or not be. You're not in that sense when you are bringing something to your consciousness and to your present. You're just bringing that forward out of knowing that it's already there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that not because of the body or how the body's going to produce it. You do not worry about any of that.
Mm-hmm.
It is not I who does the work. It is the Spirit of God who does it. Okay, it's not the body that does this works. It is spirit within me. So it goes, be still and know. It doesn't say go do something and know. It says you already know that it's coming, that you already know that it's there. Be still and know. that I am God, that I am the God that is actively inhabiting this temple of God, this body.
Mhm.
You understand?
So, and another example would be I need toilet paper. And I know I'm going to go to the store and there's not going to be any there. That would be an expectation.
Yeah, because it can or cannot be there. The other one is
Cannot be
already assured that it is there.
Okay. So it's something that we worry about or we.
No, it's something that can or cannot be. You have, it may be or it may not be. On the fifth dimension, you do not have that. You have, it is there. It's already done. Even the Bible said God created the end from the beginning, or the beginning from the end. I don't remember the exact, but it means that it started at the end. Okay? All right.
Got it. Thanks.
Yes, Virginia.
Another example is why when we're praying for someone, if we want to pray the highest prayer, is you are not healing, you are whole. As you say, you are healing, you might have a doubt about it, but sometimes we have to take that intermediate step. But it's the difference of healing. I'm in the healing process. I'm already whole. There's a difference in expectation and knowing.
Okay, let's go back to what the words actually said. Trust, know, trust, and let go. That's number 5, trust. So we already know in our truth, and the truth is that I'm not this body, that there's only one power, and I'm operating out of that power when I'm coming from this dimension. And the more I travel in this dimension, the more that I'm able to affect this world. Okay, so the more that we expand our thoracic field, our heart field, our magnetic field, we already have the electrical field, which is the mind, but it only goes about 3 feet away from you, maybe 6 if it really expands. But the heart field starts about 9 You don't have to travel there, you're already there. I'm just asking you to be conscious, to be aware. The conscious, the awareness is what I'm asking you to do. And in order for you to do that, you need to be conscious, you need to be present. And I told you the last class that one of the first things that to know when you are not present is when you're having what? Sherry?
I'm sorry, Ange.
When are you not present? When you have what?
If I'm not listening, if I have other thoughts in my mind, I'm not perceiving.
No, the class last week was that yes, Jerry.
I don't know if you're saying Jerry or Sherry.
Oh,
Jerry, what were you saying?
Me. I wasn't here. I only heard a portion of last week's class. You were discussing emotions.
There you go. That's the key word. That's what I wanted to hear. So you're not present when you're having an emotion?
That's it. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm bringing it back because to let you know when you're not present. And we talked about it could be negative or positive. It doesn't matter because it's bringing you into the yin and yang. It's bringing you into a polarity. So you need to be even to be present. And in order for you to be present, you need to be still. You need to be still to know who you are so you can let go. You don't have to do anything and let God. Questions? Yes, no, maybe? Okay. So the reason we say non-attachment to things means is I don't have an agenda. I don't have to put things in a high priority. I don't have to say this is so important to me that I'm going to concentrate and put all my focus and put all my attention and put all my visualization on this particular thing. You already know that it's done. This is a hard concept to understand because we just came out of the fourth dimension that said when you focus on expense, which is true. But in this particular thing, in this particular dimension, we have different rules. For the law of attraction does not work. It's a whole totally different set of laws. And the law is that you are that which is, that which you wish to manifest. I am, that I am, that I am. What does that mean? That whatever I create, I am that, because that is coming out of your essence. And you are already there and you're already all of those things. I am, that I am, that I am, that I am. No matter what it is, I am that. And if I want to bring something into my focus and my attention, I have to be willing to resonate at the same vibratory level that that thing is. I have to be a magnetic match to it. Okay? A lot of people think that they want a partner. A lot of people think I don't want a partner. Okay, that you have both sides, and they're both throwing these energies out. But again, what you focus on expands, and if you're thinking in those terms and trying to manifest that or trying to attract that, you are no longer present. You are no longer in the fifth dimension, you're operating from the fourth. Okay, questions? Last question. I will take one last question and I'm gonna wait until somebody asks it. Yes, Jerry.
So in the fifth dimension, as soon as you want something, it immediately appears.
No, it already exists. You already, you call it into being because you became aware that that could be yours.
Oh, that's even faster.
Yeah, and you become aware that that can be yours, and therefore you had the thought. If it wasn't there, you couldn't think about it.
Okay.
Everything was created. Everything that was and will be has already been created since the beginning. All I'm doing now is walking through. I'm going to walk into it. I'm going to walk into that expression. Okay. For example, I had a friend, Bonnie, and she was a smoker, and she would be walking around. I'm a non-smoker. I'm a non-smoker. And she continuously went like, I am a happy non-smoker, and blowing smoke to everybody. And we're going, stop that. You're smoking. I mean, how can you say you're not smoking? Get away from me. And everybody, you know, she will go to church in a little chapel, and she'll go, I'm a non-smoker. And one day she woke up and she was a non-smoker. She just walked into it. She didn't work at it. She didn't try to stop. She just walked into not being a smoker. It was already a truth. It was already what she walked into. It's something that she knew that that was going to happen. So she was already acting as if, even though she was smoking. And she was the phrase that she was, I'm a happy non-smoker. Not like I'm a nervous non-smoker or I'm, you know, missing something. I am a happy non-smoker. You know, as she's blowing smoke all over the place, smoking stacks all over. And she was she smoked about 2-3 packs a day. So it's not a matter of something is difficult. It is a matter of knowing what you choose is already there. And she just happened to choose that particular expression. Okay. I would like to say a couple of things. Virginia, can you very briefly talk about donations for Unity?
Yes.
The reason I would like her to insist on this, we're not getting that many donations, and we know that it's good for Unity to have that, and I know that Virginia doesn't want me to say it that way, but that's the way I feel like saying it. Go ahead.
Well, our expenses are going up now because now we're paying the full mortgage again instead of half of it, instead of just the interest. And we have some repairs coming up on the roof and so forth. And some of you have given, and we are really grateful for your donations. And everything you give makes a difference, whether it's, you know, any gift is helpful. And so we're not in trouble. We're okay. And we're open to receiving more. And we also know that God is our source, and that whatever channel is available, we're open and receptive to having that come to us. So I also invite you to support us in prayer as you're giving. Support us in the knowing that we are abundant, that the ministry is well supplied and abundant. And we know too that as each of us gives, that our own prosperity increases as we give. So thank you all for your support too, for participating in the class, for praying for us, for the ministry, and claiming the truth that we are prosperous. And I claim the rest for each one of you, the same thing for each one of you.
Thank you. Okay. We're about to go into meditation, and I'd like everybody to be on mute. I'd like to say that I would like you to put your hands on your heart. Jerry, please go on mute. Thank you. Okay, everybody close your eyes. Put your hands on your heart. Remember who you are. It's not a who, it's not a what, it's an is. We have the ability to connect, as we have seen that when we gave our examples earlier of our blissful state, that we can connect. We had more than enough examples of connection. We had 3 times however many people participated. So remember that you are a light onto this earth, a light onto this universe, and a light into creation, expressing through this body. That's a set of light. in the body, but you are the totality of all that is, seeing the many prisms. So we enter bodies and we express uniquely through our vehicles. We are here as the love channels. We are here as the truth sayers. We are here to help each other. We are the essence of goodness. We are the essence of life. We are the oneness that we craved. We cannot be abandoned ever, ever. There's not one person that has lived and has gone out of the physical realm that has abandoned us. There's a phrase in the Bible that says, "Now I'm closer to you than hands and feet," meaning they are the closest to you that they could ever be in the physical. If you allow that to be your truth, you will always be connected in your awareness with them. You will be able to feel them and share their essence. Allow love to encompass who you are. Do you feel that heart beating? It is a confirmation that you're wanted and that you're needed in this earth, that your love is needed to be shared. The world is craving love, and we can do that. We can send that love. We are that essence of love. We are that spirit of love. And I ask you now to feel your hands, and I want you to expand your aura in your energetic field to cover your city and send love as you're covering that city to every area that you can think of, to every area that needs it, to people and animals, to children. Send it to the homeless, to all of the pets, to all vegetation, to all life, to all living beings, to the environment. And I want you to continue to expand that field to cover the entire United States and surround the White House in love and the truth of love, the truth of who they are, the truth of who we are. And if we can see it, we can achieve it. We can achieve peace and love and unity. And I'm asking you now to expand further and go across the oceans to the other continents and to Central and South America to cover the entire earth. Send the vibration of love. Infinity is our true essence. There is enough love for everyone and for everything. Love is the most powerful tool we have. Let's embrace everyone in love because love is inclusive. Love shines for all. Love embodies everyone. Love is here right now. enfolding you, enfolding your body, enfolding your soul and your mental realm and your emotional realm. You are wanted, you are needed. And that love that you want for yourself, express it so you can have it. Express it to the world. No one is abandoned. Don't abandon anybody. You are whole. You are complete. You are the essence of well-being. You can call forth the energies of good health, of harmony, of peace, of joy, of contentment. And I say Shalom, Om Shanti Om, peace be still, paz mundial to everyone and everything that is, blessing the oceans, blessing the animals in the oceans and in all the bodies of water, and throughout all the earth, all of the animals, all of the creatures that live on the earth and on the air and on the atmospheres, and the creatures of all of dimensions. Allow peace for the realms, all the realms, all of the people, all of the living beings. We are that, we are them, and they are us. There's only one power in the universe, God, the God omnipotent. Blessings. Namaste.
Thanks, Angie.
Oh, sure. Jerry?
Thank you, Auntie.
Thank you.
Yeah.